Here's another fun catchphrase that seems like it is the term of the decade, and that is gaslighting. So many of you have heard people talk about this all the time. So, one of the things that's interesting about gaslighting is people seem to think and use this term just when somebody else may be lying to them or somebody else may be saying something that's not true, and they'll just be like, "You're gaslighting me." And I don't know. Again, it's a huge catchphrase and it is a real thing, but let's talk about what it really is. One thing that we do know is that it is a form of psychological manipulation and control. What happens is a person will give somebody else false information over time that will cause the other person to question their memory and whether or not something really exists or something doesn't exist. And then by doing that, what happens is that person gets to a point where they don't know what's true, what's not true, and then they start to question a lot of things about their reality. Most of the time it's about themselves, but we can see in society a lot of times we will be fed information that is different over time and then be told that this is correct information when we were told something completely different maybe a long time ago. The thing that's really diabolical about gaslighting is it can really cause somebody to really question whether or not they're sane. It can make them question whether or not they understand anything about their reality. It truly is something that really messes with your mind. So there are times when people may lie to you, and that could be a form of gaslighting, or they're just lying to you, and it's not to get you to try to believe something different about yourself. But I think that's what I see mostly from other people is, if you're lying to me about, I don't know, just make up something. It's like, oh, you're gaslighting. It's like, no, a lot of times people will lie, like lies of omission, right? So like a teen will, they'll be told, don't go to Billy's house. You're supposed to come back home as soon as you go to Rachel's house, but you can't go to Billy's house or whatever. And then what happens is the kid will end up going to Rachel's house. And then when they come home and their parents say, "Hey, where have you been?" "I went to Rachel's house." But they completely omit that they went to Billy's house too, right? Which is something that they weren't supposed to do. So that's just a lie of omission. That has nothing to do with gaslighting or anything like that. That's not pertinent to that type of situation. So when you accuse somebody of gaslighting, make sure that you understand what the context is. Make sure that you understand, is this something that they're trying to deliberately confuse me about something that I know about myself or about my reality? And I know that the water gets a little bit convoluted there, but at the same time, it's like not everything that everybody does is gaslighting. And so it just kind of gets overdone when it comes to that. And by the way, just for your information, 2 of the diagnoses that mostly fall under the category of people that would intentionally gaslight somebody else is narcissistic personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder. So those are the 2 big ones. If you're younger, maybe conduct disorder or oppositional defiant disorder. So anyways, there you go.